Hey guys, I'm back. Looking at another flashlight. I've got so many flashlights that I've been meaning to review that I haven't gotten to. And this is not a sample or one I bought myself. This is something that a viewer bought as a gift to the channel. And they asked not to be named, but they did say, and I'm gonna say this right now, they said, please be totally honest, don't be afraid to hurt my feelings. I'm thinking of buying this for myself, and I want your 100% honest opinion. Also, somebody took a step to actually help this channel out by providing me something to make a video on. That's awesome. I wish you didn't ask me not to use your name, because I'd love to give you full credit for doing that. But guys, that's awesome. You know, my Patreon team is super cool. The guys on Patreon bring a lot of content to this channel. They really do. They're phenomenal guys, and I talk to them personally a lot. Like, back and forth, we shoot emails, messages. I try to have a personal relationship with each one of them. And, you know, every month they help me bring new content to the channel. Not everybody can do that, but what is really awesome was that this viewer, not only did they want, you know, a personal opinion, but they could have just said, like, hey, this is a request, or I bought this and I'm going to send it to you, can you review it and send it back? But they said, I really want to help out the channel. They said they wanted to sign up on Patreon, but they can't make that commitment every month. But they wanted to help out and help with the video. So here is something they want to buy from themselves. They wanted to send it to me to make a video of. And this is, you know, a gift to me. Thank you so much. That is awesome. That is really awesome. And I'm kind of like, I'm touched and I'm honored that you respect my opinion enough. Maybe one day you will let me give you a proper thank you on the channel, but I am going to send you something in return. I never kind of let a gift go one way, so, but I would love to be able to give you full credit on the channel. So maybe after the video's like posted, you'll change your mind and you'll let me actually give you like a full shout out for sending this. But let's take a look at the Future Sky Super Waterproof Tactical Flashlight 6-in-1. So this is not a straight unboxing. I have peeked in this box. I couldn't help it. I had to. Let's take a look at what it says on the box, though. So it comes with tactical knife, waterproof. I don't know what the knife is yet. I haven't looked that far. Waterproof flashlight, window breaker, self-defense, super break resistant, emergent charging, and quick heat dissipation. This actually looks like it's got some potential. I'm not 100% sure. I have picked up the main body of it. It feels really sturdy. But let's get into this thing, because I'm pretty excited. So you open the box up, and I'll put all the specs on Amazon, because that's where he originally ordered it from. So you've got two main parts. You've got your flashlight part, and this is kind of the rest. And then accessories. Lots of accessories. So this right here, this is your flashlight. This can function all on its own as a flashlight if you wanted to. This is where it charges USB style. You can then charge another device from it, which is pretty cool. It's got a crown you can use for self-defense. I think this is when they say quick, you know, heat dissipation, so you've got like heat sinks built in. I don't know how hot this thing gets though. That's one thing I'm worried about. If they feel the need to do that, now is this gimmicky just to look cool, or does this thing get so hot they needed to build that in? And if it gets that hot, how bright does this thing get? I don't know. But single button operation, and I haven't really. Now I'm wondering, can we get to the battery? Does it? Oh, it does open. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. So we can get to the battery otherwise, and it comes with an 18650. I don't know. Does that look odd to you guys, as the 18650 batteries go? But anyway, the point is, so you can put this in a regular charger, or you can USB charge it right from there. Niftaroony. Don't steal my word. Aluminum construction all throughout, and it's a good weight. It's not too heavy, but it's also not super like lightweight, and you guys know how I feel about, I like a product to have a little bit of weight, so you know when it's in your hand and you know when it's not. So we've got the main flashlight body. We're not going to turn it on yet. We're going to wait. Let's go through the accessories. So, oh, cool, look. We got another battery. Woohoo! Spare battery. This one's not marked at all. Why would they not mark it? But anyway, spare battery. Nice. We've got a red cone. All I think of when I see this, no dirty thoughts. All I think of when I see this is I want to hear like a drill sergeant yell, "Road guards, post!" And those of you who have been to basic training know what I'm talking about. We'll see how that works later. So we've got a red cone. We've got more good. Look, they love to hide stuff. Sweet. So we've got a white cone, and then we've got, look at this. Oh, so they've given you absolutely everything. So USB charging wire, and this could go either way. You could charge cell phone with it. So, you know, you could charge USB, plug this in to charge the light, or you could plug a phone in to charge from there. And then this is, wow. So this is, all right, I'm taking this back. Let me start this again. I'm not editing this. So I guess this is where you plug to charge the flashlight in, and then this gives you multiple avenues to charge a device from it. I don't have an I anything because I believe that is how you get Skynet, but I'm assuming this is an iPhone. I know this is an Android, and what is this, an iPad maybe? I'm not sure, but cool. These guys have thought of every accessory you might need. Sweet. Combination wall plug vehicle charger. It's pretty nice, actually. I'm highly impressed with everything they thought to give you in this set. I gotta look up the price though, because I'm not sure how much it'll cost. Yeah, like I don't remember. He sent me a link to the product information. Little velvety bag. It's a big velvety bag. I guess when you assemble the whole thing. So, velvety bag to hold the whole thing in. And then here's your bottom part. So, see, you got your glass breaker right there. Okay, now with this on, now you're getting in the realm of heavy a little bit. I'm going to have to put several weights for just the flashlight, and then with this. Now you've got some heft. So if you're thinking about using this self-defense-wise, I'm fairly certain you could beat somebody into near unconsciousness with this alone. But you could use your glass breaker as my favorite old temple smasher. You've got the crown. That's going to leave a mark itself right there, and that would not feel very good going into the kidneys or right under the ribs towards the diaphragm at all. Or, of course, there's always the face. It's got to come apart somehow, right? Got a knife. Oh, baggie of stuff. Oh, look at that. This is like, I feel like the Goonies right now, just exploring stuff. I'm in a good mood, guys. High on my medicine right now. It's awesome. Alright, so I don't know exactly what 6 tools they're saying. Now, I'll look it up. It'll probably say on Amazon, and I'll have to put some text in here sooner or later. But let's see. So we've got our main flashlight, right? This is just a spacer tube to hold the other stuff. So that's cool, but like now can we, if we wanted to, can we do this? Yeah, so if you want a smaller, like I wouldn't want a giant handle on my knife if I'm trying to use it. So you could do that. And it's a cute little knife. It looks like this is a little ferro rod. But now this is the one area so far where I'm really kind of like a little not impressed. Like, am I just supposed to hold this rod like this? Does it have somewhere that the rod inserts into? I mean, that would be, that to me, that would be something like a little handle. I guess, you know, there are worse things, though. I mean, you could hold the rod like that. It's an interesting, they just throw the rod in a plastic bag and are like, bam, fire. You've got fire. Okay, so now I've kind of cleaned up, neatened up, and here's everything that comes in the box. So let's go to, like, the main item. Let's go to the flashlight, which is what this thing is in the first place. So it comes with battery installed. Got a battery indicator. Do we have to hold it down? I guess we gotta hold it down. Nice, it's bright. It's pretty bright. Now it doesn't zoom or anything though. Let's see, so functions. 1. Oh, it gets brighter. Flashes. SOS. It's the new thing on flashlights. So dim, bright, flash, it's a slow flash, not a seizure flash, and then SOS. It's hard to gauge exactly how bright this thing is. I like the bright. Now here's the thing, if I turn it off, I turn it back on, does it always revert to low when you turn it back on? It does. That's interesting. It always reverts to low when you turn it back on. So it looks like not like a really high lumen light, but that's okay because, you know, I was talking to somebody the other day and I was like, one day I think lumens just became a thing we cared about with LEDs. Like, you know, like back in the day, a flashlight was just a flashlight. And you don't need 1,000 lumens all the time everywhere you're going. I like that though. But of course we'll have to wait and see when we get outside, you know, how bright it really is. Let's see these little cones. So if you're directing traffic or aircraft, or you want to play E.T. and go, be good, you know, you can do that. We've got the white one. Ooh, that's actually pretty bright. Now we'll have to, you know, again, try these things out at night. That's an interesting addition, you know. You don't see a lot of these flashlights that come with that. And you could probably turn this into a lantern pretty easily. I guess you could put the Temple Smasher end plate on there and just like hang this in a tent, and then you've got yourself a little lamp, a little lantern, right? As for the knife, you know, it's a relatively small blade. I can tell you right now it does not feel that sharp, and I'm not surprised. A lot of these don't come that sharp. Ooh, look, ooh, it comes out. A lot of them just need to be refined and honed. So there's no point in wasting my time even doing a cut test on it right now. Just wonder why it comes out like that. So if you are going to get one of these, you're going to want to spend a little bit of time with a stone getting this thing like nothing. I mean, you're going to want to get it sharp before you well. So you got plenty of 90-degree angles here to test this rod out. I'm still not thrilled with how little real estate you have to hold on to it, but let's just give it a shot. There we go. So it's not a bad rod. I mean, it's a little awkward. You'd have to hold it pretty close, and I'm probably just going to craft myself some kind of handle out of some resin or something, just to extend it a little bit and make it a little bit more, you know, wider, more comfortable to hold on to. But it's doable. Definitely doable. It works. As for the compass that comes in this thing, the truth is, these little compasses, I would never trust with actual navigation at all. I'd use them as like a basic, does it come out? Doesn't come out. I'd use it as a basic gauge as to which way is up, but I mean, I just, this would never be, unless I absolutely had to, I would never stake my life on navigating my way out of a situation with this thing. We'll just call you Mr. Mystery Gifter. I'm not sure if maybe you didn't want me to put your name out because you were afraid I was going to say it's a giant piece of crap and you were going to be embarrassed or whatever, but actually, you know, a couple things are right on par with what I thought they'd be, like the knife edge not being really honed or refined. Those things, man, they're a little meh. But this is actually a pretty cool setup. You know, I need to see how the light deals in the dark. I'm a little suspect of these odd batteries. But then again, I keep a stock of like ultrafires around because I do believe, you know, certain things you do get what you pay for, batteries being one of them. And people feel free to disagree with me on that if you want. That's cool. I don't know, these generic ones, I'm not sure, but I think this is actually a pretty nice little setup. I'm looking forward to testing this out outside and seeing what it can do. It's like a very skinny bottle of Crown in its little velvety pouch. Okay. All right, so I'm outside, and we got a lot of things we got to look at with this light. So first of all, let's just check out the light itself. So let's see if we can get it to focus down there. Need the camera to focus. There we go. So this light does not zoom or anything. Again, remember, this is just, it's got basically our bright dim and our flashing. So this is dim, and it is spotlight only, so we don't get a wide area effect like we do with some other lights. Bright enough, though, that basically it drowns out the reflectiveness of the P-cord we normally use for testing. On the peripheries, you can see the reflectiveness, but when we shine it right on it, you know, it just gets lost in the light. And here's bright, which is pretty bright. I looked it up online. They say it's about 800 lumens at its lightest. That's not bad. The problem is, you know, what do you want to do? I guess rather than giving you your large area, you've got your little cone attachments you can use. Let's look at some of the other functions. Flashing, you know, rather than seizure level flashing, no, the slow flash. And here's SOS. And this has one of the slowest long dashes for SOS I've ever seen. Okay, let's go back to low. Let's check out the cones. Now, by the way, remember we talked about it has the heat dissipation. This does get incredibly hot as I was messing with it. So here's our low power red cone. So I can guide airplanes into their parking spots and stuff. If we switch it to high power, so if you're stuck on the side of the road, this would be pretty bright. This would definitely get the attention of people passing. And then if you wanted to SOS it, if you also wanted to use this, I don't want to use the word tactical. I just made a video talking about how overused the word tactical is, but military applications, we use red lenses. God, I gotta let it go. In the military, they use red lenses. I have often used a red lens to restrict light at night for light discipline. There are several military maps and charts that are made to be read in low-level conditions with a red lens. So this could work to light up a small area with red light. I mean, it's much brighter on camera than it looks in real life. But let's switch to the white. Holy cow! And the white, this is like a little lamp. This is. Let me just show you how well this is. If I put this above the camera, we can read the box. I mean, like, you've got a lantern out. This is a pretty effective little lantern right here. Like here, I'll put it where you can see it, even so you see how bright it is. And this is low power setting. Let's put it to high. Wow. Now you can't see, you can actually barely make out the camera lens is a little dusty, but so I've got it right above the camera right now, and you can just, I know it's fuzzy, you can sort of start to make out the reflective, you can see, barely, but you can see the fence out there, and you can see the reflectiveness of the P-cord, and this is with the white cap on right above the camera. So I'm not even shining a light out there. This is really good. What I want to do now is I'm going to turn it to the brightest mode possible, and we're going to try our glow-in-the-dark test. Ready? It's pretty good. Well, that faded fast, but that charged it up really nicely. You know what else I'm curious about, though? As a self-defense tool, you know, from that angle. If this is the kind of thing you might carry, you know, and people do want those flashlights that they can use, carry around. I know this is a bit big, but you can, you know, use it in a shady area. I mean shady like dark, but I mean I guess I do mean shady like dark. But use it in a shady area to kind of light your way and also defend yourself. Well, this adds a whole new element to that, doesn't it? You have your non-lethal side, you have your oh hell yeah lethal side. This really opens up possibilities now, doesn't it? Just, I mean, as an example, just throwing this out there. You can set this thing up pretty much any way you want, which is kind of the really cool part of how it's set up. Almost any way you want, because I don't think that you can. Yes, you can. You could do this. Now, the one thing you can't do, I mean, now you got this little guy like so. I guess the one thing that you really can't do, though, is kind of put a small, like, there's no small quick release cap that you can put on the knife. Like, you can't just put this, like, pop it on there like in an emergency, like, ha! Sorry, that didn't work out so well. Ha! You know, then you got your knife like that. If you wanted to carry your flashlight, like, you know, like so, and then in an emergency, I mean, if you got time, self-defense style, to do that, that's great. And I guess maybe you could, if you keep them at bay with this end, and give yourself, you know, a few extra steps away, and an extra 30 seconds, you know, then you have your, you better stay the hell away from me or else. But, I mean, it just, this thing gives you options. Whenever I make a video about a tool like this, I always try to anticipate what's going to come in the comments and kind of address what I think people are going to say before they say it. And I got to be honest with this one, I don't know. I'm not sure what you guys are going to think of it. I think there are some really strong pros and a couple of big cons to this flashlight. I mean, strong pros, like really strong, like things I really, really like. I love that the strobe or the flashing mode is not designed to give you a seizure, or for like the final big confrontation in Aliens scene. That's kind of unique these days in flashlights. It's a cool flashlight. I really like it. I really do. There's just some things I would really think about changing on it. I love that they thought, like, hey, let's make it so you can charge the batteries directly in it, and while we're at it, let's let it charge some other stuff too. When you do the research on it, you look at it, the two batteries they give you each have a different capacity, though. One is a little bit bigger than the other. I'm not sure why. That's just the design style. And then, you know, when I was saying, hey, does the battery look strange? Because when you look at these 18650, I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but these batteries, some are flathead and some look like they have the little, like, you know, nipple sticking out. So if you're going to buy replacement batteries, you got to make sure you're buying the right ones, because the ones that look like your typical, you know, alkaline battery or rechargeable battery that has a little nipple sticking out, they're not going to fit in here. So you got to be wary of that. Now you can find replacement batteries if you want to buy extra. You just got to be careful. Like the stock I have of other ones of these batteries will not fit in this particular flashlight, and they chose that for a reason. But it is what it is. Is it worth $60? You know, is it a $60 purchase? I can't tell you if it's worth $60 of your dollars. I think I'm really appreciative of a $60 gift. That's, you know, quite a bit of money for somebody to spend on a stranger. That's freaking awesome. Would I have spent the money myself? I don't know. Just looking at this online, I honestly probably would not have spent the $60, not having had the opportunity. Like, if I could have messed with it in a store and checked it out and everything, maybe afterwards. But this is the kind of thing where if I just saw this on Amazon and looked at the price tag, I probably would have been like, what, are they kidding me? I would not have spent the money on it without seeing what it can do. My final word is I'm very happy to have this in my lineup. I think this is cool. Not cool and like, oh, that's cool. Like, cool like, this is something I would put in a pack and be very glad to use. Anyway, to you know who you are. I hope you'll let me give you a proper thank you and shout out on the channel one day for this, because I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty cool. So thank you again. And yes, go buy yourself one. I think you'll really enjoy it. And I will not be at all upset or ununderstanding or misunderstanding if you're just like, hey, that's pretty expensive, could you send this one back? No problem, man. Not at all. I totally get it. Totally get it. Everyone else, please take a second to go to the video description, check out the link to my Patreon page, and think about getting involved there and helping me get newer, cooler, awesome things on this channel, and yada yada yada. Just see what's involved in Patreon and the cool stuff that Patreon peeps get and things like that. Also, hitting you guys up for Q&A questions for the February Q&A video. I have some, I need more, so you can send all your questions for the February video to QuestionsForDocP@gmail.com. I'll also throw that in the video description. As well as docp6@gmail.com is the email to send any video requests you have, or cool ideas for things you think we might want to do on the channel, stuff like that. Or just general stuff. You want to say hi? Hi, Doc. Here's an email. Whatevs. You guys are all super awesome. I appreciate all of you. All of you. Every single one of you. All of you. And I'll be back in real soon.